Hey y'all, I'm Courtney.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is Bodice Tipplers,
the podcast where we read all the books we used to steal off our grandmother's nightstands.
And then we drink about it.
On this episode, we read Dark Lover by J.R. Ward. Some pretty serious content warnings for this book. We have the mistreatment, murder, and general disdain of sex workers. We have some kind of untoward police business. Some, internal affairs gets involved. And internal affairs actually fires a guy. So, just so you know, that level. We have a former blood slave, so a formerly enslaved person, but vampire slavery, but still slavery, so it counts. We have attempted sexual assault. We have some very dubious, I don't even know what you would call it, consent, maybe soulmate mating. I don't know.
Yeah, it's real dicey when it comes down to it.
We have a junior incel army that's possibly being groomed, but they all seem kind of terrible anyway. They're just also getting their souls sucked out. So I don't know. I mean, I guess so. If you have a problem with souls being sucked out, you might want to skip this one. This is a vampire book, so we have typical vampire behavior.
There's a really tacky nightclub.
Called Screamers.
Yeah. There's too much leather. Seriously, a vegan should not read this book. There are so many dead cows.
Everybody is creaking along. Everybody is just making noise like you're up against a vinyl seat in the summer, getting out of the McDonald's in 1982.
It's sweaty.
It's so sweaty. Yeah, so hey y'all. We're back with another cringe binge episode, and
this one's huge. This series has an enormous, very dedicated fandom.
There's 150 books. I don't know. She's on 25. It's bananas. So it is pretty prolific. It is a whole ass world she has created, Miss J.R. Ward.
And what's interesting is that, so I'd never read these, but I am a public librarian, so I've been bringing people to where they are in the stacks for ages, and I had always assumed that they weren't white because so many women of color read this. This is a really popular series among women of color. So I just assumed, I didn't know if they were black or Hispanic or whatever, but I did not think they were white.
Awesome.
It turns out that they are so white.
They're Creed white. They're Mayo white.
We have to talk about the names. We just have to talk about the names first.
They're Hoobastank white. All right. So, first we have to talk about J.R. Ward. We have to talk about the Black Dagger Brotherhood and all that kind of stuff before we get into the names. I know you were just,
oh my God. I can't.
J.R. Ward is Jessica Raleigh Pellbird. So Jessica Raleigh Pellbird Blackmore. She was born in 1969. She is a contemporary romance novelist that pens her books under the name J.R. Ward. She is a 3-time winner of the Romance Writers of America, or Rita Awards. Once as Jessica Bird for the book From the First, and twice as J.R. Ward for Lover Revealed and Dearest Ivy. And she's been in the New York Times bestseller list. And according to Louisville magazines, she's been published in 25 countries, several different languages, with over 16 million copies.
Well, there are 23 fucking books in this series, yo. There are 23 books in this series.
Ooh, that's a lot of books.
So I don't know if they maintain quality or not.
There was a fight club. I looked at the latest one, and it was some kind of secret parking lot fight club. So I don't know, but I did enjoy this.
Oh, I did too. Honestly, I might read some more because, often with this kind of paranormal romance, the sort of mystery subplot isn't as good as the romance subplot. But no, I really cared what was happening and stuff. So, okay, what you need to know about the Black Dagger Brotherhood world is that they're vampires. So these are the, biggest, baddest vampires, the coolest vampires, the vampires who wear the most leather. I don't know. And they're out here fighting what is it called?
They're the lessers.
Lessers.
Vampires are not like the vampires that we know. These vampires are born into vampirism. They had a whole big culture, and since Wrath became the king, he sucks, and they have dwindled down. And so what he is basically focused on, rather than infrastructure, any kind of social programming, anything like that, like the United States, what he is concerned the most about is defense. So he puts all of his time and energy in developing this Black Dagger Brotherhood. He's like, I don't want to be a king. I just want to hang out with my boys.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They just go to screamers a lot. So what you need to know about these guys, first of all, they are all like 15 feet tall. They are stupidly tall. And I don't think that the author actually knows how tall like a 7 foot tall man is, because like a 6'5" man is like tall enough that you'd be like, it's not a really tall guy today. But yeah,
I mean, this is
these people are 7 feet tall.
When did we become obsessed with men having to be giant?
I don't know, but it's not sexy.
It's
Sorry
not
if you're 7 feet tall. You're probably sexy.
I'm sure you're very sexy, but here's the thing. You're also a lot of square footage.
Yeah.
You take up a whole lot of room in my house, in my kitchen, in my bathroom, in my car, in my bed. You are going to constantly be in my way. You are constantly in my way.
You had to buy your leather pants that you wear every day at like the specially custom leather pants store. Where do you get these?
Like, where do you buy these pants? Where do you get pants that are approximately, 7 feet tall?
I do not know.
It's the wildest thing. And then you got to have boots that are like the size of like oars.
Oh yeah, their feet must be ogre sized. But no, the thing that you really need to know about these guys, in addition to them being 7 feet tall, is that they all have the stupidest names in the entire world. And so you'll just be going along reading this book, and I understand that you're listening, not reading, but let me just explain that they all have extra consonants in their names for no reason whatsoever.
And it's always an H.
Yeah, well, not always. Sometimes some vicious well, no, I guess it's
there's
an
H. There's an H.
Zadist doesn't have an H.
No, he doesn't, but there's
Zsadist. It was the kind of thing like, you would be reading along and then you catch torment, TOHRMENT, and it would be like your brain just blue screens out. It's like when it's the Cybertruck jump scare. If you see a Cybertruck and then you like, It's like that.
So before we jump into the plot, so you know what we're dealing with. Our main guy, his name is spelled the way it should be.
Yes. That's because he's the last pureblood vampire.
His name is Wrath. He is King Wrath. So we have King Wrath. His second in command is Torment with an H. Then we've got the pretty boy, Rage, RHAGE. Then Zadis, as we talked about. Then we have Vicious.
SH.
But we had Zadis has a twin brother that is like, it's PH. What's his?
Fury. PHURY.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
They also mostly have long hair, as all men in romance novels.
Right, but so they're the elite, like they're the vampire squad. They're like your vampire wrecking crew. Everybody else in the vampire society has semi-normal names.
No, yeah, you had to be in the Black Dagger Brotherhood to have this enormously ridiculous name.
Like, so there's like a Marissa the vampire. There's a Heavers.
Yeah.
Like, but then we got all these fools running around who are like 75 feet tall, looking like the stupidest basketball team in the world.
You would have to spell it so often. You would be like minding your own business, and then you'd be like, torment table for two, and then they like, no, it's spelled with an H, and then they'd be like, where do I put the H? And then torment's gonna have, I mean, you know that man goes to Starbucks and just tells him his name is Joe, right?
Yes. Oh, because in this world, vampires can eat and drink and just have a good time. They just live forever and occasionally have to drink blood. All right,
but okay, you do need to know that like, they're all like crossbred with humans now, and that like you're born human and you turn into a vampire like in your young adulthood, and you can die. So like it's like really dangerous, and you have to like, if you're a woman, you had to drink the blood of a male vampire. Otherwise, you won't make it through the transition.
Yeah, you got to like get banged out and like, you need that good like sex power and that blood power to get it going. All right, so this book opens up with, we have Beth. Beth is she's our heroine, and she is an intrepid like reporter / like stuck doing editorial, like doing all the editing for a newspaper. And I want to say it's like Caldwell, New Jersey. I was like, it
was New York, but yeah.
Well, they're like in Caldwell a lot, and I have friends in Caldwell, New Jersey, so I just put it in Jersey.
Yeah, I think it's a fake town in New York. Yeah.
So it
sounds like a real shithole anyway.
Yeah, it does. So Beth works for like the little paper there, and she is trying to always like, get some stories wide open and just never gets her shot. Her police informant / buddy / the man who is madly in love with her is a guy named Butch. We're going to get into Butch later. I can't tell you what this man looks like because anyone named Butch, I just have like a block for.
Well, I'm assuming that like he's kind of her age almost, or a little bit older. But every time a man named Butch, I assume he's 55 and has a crew cut, right?
Well, he acted like he was 55 and had a crew cut.
Yeah. So like what? And he's supposed to be handsome, but he just doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't feel handsome.
He doesn't vibe. His vibes are not handsome vibes. So Beth is, she is existing and she doesn't have a lot of friends. She's an orphan, very, very sad story.
Grew up in the foster care system.
Yes. So we find out that her father is a vampire, a young, hot vampire. He's not young, but he's young to us because he's a vampire named Darius. And Darius is all like, Wrath, I got to talk to you. And Wrath's like, what's up?
Oh, and we should say a little bit about Wrath, the Vampire King. He is mostly blind. And that doesn't get fixed or anything in the thing, which was a pleasant surprise. Like just has a legitimate disability. And like his whole family was murdered when he was young, and so like he came to this whole Vampire King thing unwillingly. And like we said, he sucks at it, but he's also like the one who's not hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he looks weird, which I like. I like that. That he's like visibly strange.
Yeah.
But maybe it's just that he has like 8-foot long hair and wears a lot of black leather. The reason people are staring at him.
And he's
maybe
25 feet tall.
And he's 25 feet tall. Like he's just ducking ceiling fans like left and right.
I'm telling you what, if I saw some giant ass man coming in with like leather on and long hair, I would not be like, ooh. Oh, God.
I'd be like, oh my God, don't get too close. I know this man smells.
Exactly. God, he smells. All right. So Beth is wheeling and dealing. Her dad has called on to Wrath because Beth is about to come of age. You come of age as a vampire when you're 25. That's when you go through the change. And he's like, I need your help. You're going to have to like help her go through this. You owe me. And Wrath's like, I don't want to owe you nothing.
Well, he actually says something really gross about human women, doesn't he? He's like, the only purpose I see for humans is the women on their backs and the men dead at my feet or whatever. Like,
something stupid.
Calm down, Wrath. Calm the fuck down.
So
there aren't enough vampires for you to act like this.
Darius like gets, he talks to him and then he's like, well, I'm going to see you later. And he gets in his Porsche and his Porsche blows up. I'm saying for all their vampire whatever, they just get blown the fuck up.
Yeah, evidently they just get blown the fuck up.
It's not impressive.
No, I know.
So we find out
3-star vampires.
You can blow like that's weak sauce.
Yeah.
Come on. Like we know from vampire stories that you could cut the heads off of bitches and put them on other people. Like this, you know what?
You know what their problem is? This is absolutely not gay, and that's these vampires' weaknesses.
Oh,
if they
no,
were
it's gay. It's like, but it doesn't fully commit to the gay act.
No, this is painfully straight.
It's so straight, but it could have been. Like,
it could have been gay.
Oh, it'd have been so great. Anyway, so Wrath gets his crew together because now he's sad that Darius is dead, even though he didn't want to talk to Darius, and he's like, "We got to find out what happened." Meanwhile, he goes and like is trying to talk to Beth, and this is all done very well because like the police are investigating. Hey, a car just exploded, and they're investigating. Hey, we found a dead sex worker the night, but like the same day. Huh? Are these things related? Blah blah blah. Trying to make connections, which I think is a hell of a thing to make a connection to the dead sex worker and an exploding car. But one never knows.
Evidently, there's just not enough crime in this place.
One never knows. So, where a trail of dead prostitutes will take you. Is it to an exploding car? It could be.
It could be.
Could it be to a treasure chest? I don't know. I have never followed a trail of dead prostitutes, so I don't know where it ends.
Well,
maybe one day.
Well, I mean, of course, she wants to get in on the story of the exploding car but they stick her down in like the cooking column or whatever because she's a girl.
She's a lady.
So she's like trying to work her police connections, including Butch, and Butch is like hot for her. Also, Wrath is like kind of like staring at her in the shadows, and it's kind of creepy, and breaks into her apartment several times, by the way.
So many times.
Oh my God. But before like it gets bad like that, she has a very unfortunate run-in with a senator's son in an alley.
Named Billy Riddle. Billy Riddle is he is like such a Duke lacrosse player. He's so Duke lacrosse player coded. I don't even know if that's a reference people get anymore. You think? Anyway, so yeah, he attempts to like attack her. She manages to get away. But she still does a report. Butch is very upset, obviously, and then Butch like breaks the kid's face.
Yeah, like she actually broke his nose already herself. Good job, Beth. But then he goes and breaks it again for him in the hospital. Like he goes into the hospital room and beats the shit out of this kid.
And then
who's a senator's son.
Then he gets put on suspension.
Which
is like,
I mean,
what do you mean?
He should not have done that. But at the same time, Billy Riddle is an absolute piece of shit. So.
Yes. So then basically what happens is she meets Wrath for the first time.
In her apartment where he's broken in.
Yes. And the first thing they do is bang.
Yeah. And he's kind of using some kind of sex fog on her. And also, she's like real horny for her transition coming up.
It's kind of like a heat situation.
Yeah, it's like fuck or die a bit, and and so it's not entirely consensual. We'll get into that, but it's not sexy either. No.
Oh, Wrath also has basically like a mate already. He's got himself a little lady, but he doesn't like her. He doesn't care about her. Her name's Marissa, and all he does is just drink her blood.
And he treats her like shit,
like absolute shit.
And they have to drink each other's blood to
survive.
Like, yeah. They drink vampire blood, honestly.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Marissa has a brother. Her brother is the vampire doctor named Heavers. He's going to come up later. So remember Heavers. All right. So after they have sex, he's like, you got to come with me. And she's like, I'm not going anywhere with you. I don't know you. And I'm like,
fair.
But you also should have said that shit last night. And so he's like, fine, I'll be back later.
And he puts his leather pants back on.
Oh my God.
Which I think they're clear on this, right? That he wears commando. I forget. This came up in the book somehow, whether or not they wear underwear.
None of these men wear underpants.
Oh my God.
You know they don't. And like that seems precarious with leather pants. Like that's a chafing issue.
Oh yeah, no kidding.
But I don't know. I don't know about 70 foot tall men in leather pants with no underpants.
Oh, it's gonna smell. No, I'm not going down on that.
So meanwhile, while all this is going, we have the Black Dagger Order Brotherhood, which are good guys. They are constantly being hunted by these humans that essentially give their soul to something called the Omega, and it makes them like vampires, but they don't need blood. They lose their souls, and they're really strong.
And they lose the color, like they're white, like they're like white, as in like they lose all their pigment.
Yeah, they get like pale blonde hair. Again, they all look like the Duke lacrosse team too. So we have this guy who's the head of, I guess, this local chapter of the Lesser Society. I don't know if there's like vampire.
I think it's a franchisee. I think he's paid for the local franchise.
Right. So he runs a karate school.
Which is so funny.
That's his cover.
It's like a Cobra Kai style karate
he's
school.
Got his karate. And he's also training little baby incels. So his name is Mr. X. Full name, yes, everyone, Mr. Xavier. At least he's not a professor, so we can be thankful for that. So he's the one who blew up Darius. He's like a really good, lesser, and he wants to take all these fuckers out. He hates them. So meanwhile, while all this shit is going on with Beth, he is gathering up boys, young men, to groom to become vampire killers.
It is like a bit distressing, except for the fact that one of them that he gathers up is Billy Riddle, and we don't give a shit about him. Yeah. But I mean, it would be he's looking for real pieces of shit.
Yeah,
but it's gross grooming.
Yeah, because these kids are trying to impress him, and it's a little upsetting.
Especially through his position of authority as a karate teacher.
Yes, he's
exactly that.
He's really kind of not fulfilling any kind of sensei vow. He really is.
I would absolutely get my money back for that.
Yes,
dojo.
No, I'm not sending him to that dojo.
I have selected a karate studio, selected a bad one, and had to get in fight with management and find another one in my life. So I can tell you that this mother would be very upset.
So we have his storyline going along. He's, again, he has found Billy Riddle. He is getting him to do this. Now, he does not know that Wrath is hanging around yet. He is not out to get Wrath. He's just, all of this kind of coincidentally lines up, So,
and there's skirmishing throughout. They'll find a lesser and kill it. A lesser will come after them. And Mr. X keeps on killing these sex workers, and it's kind of unclear why at the beginning.
Yeah. So his plan is he kills them and leaves a trail of blood to lure in vampires. And then what he does is he kidnaps the vampires and tortures them and kills them. So, All right, so what they think is happening is Beth's got to do her transition. Wrath is in love with her, but trying to say that he's not in love with her. He goes, you know what? I'll give him this. He goes ahead and breaks up with Marissa.
He does.
Well, he feeds on her one night after he and Beth, they almost bang it out. And he's like, you got to go or else I'm going to feed on you. And I can't be the man to do that because, honor. And he does feed on Marissa. And that's when she realizes he doesn't love her. And she's like, fuck you, I'm out. And she tells Heaver, and Heaver gets mad. That's going to come up later. All right, so Beth is talking to Butch. Wrath meets Butch, almost kills Butch. Beth gets mad at Wrath. They have a little falling out, but they get back together. Don't worry, everyone. I know you're very worried, but they get back together and they bang it out. So inevitably, what ends up happening is Butch meets all the Black Dagger Brotherhood, and they become BFFs.
It's so cute. I was really worried they were gonna kill him, but no. They're just best friends. It's kind of adorable.
It's homoerotic. I honestly thought, I was like, all right, Butch and Rage, the pretty one with the long hair, were having some chemistry. They were talking, and but then what happens is Marissa shows up, and her and Butch fall in love in first sight.
Yeah,
and so that
he thinks she's being trafficked and all. They're in this sweet ass house that is now Beth's house.
Yeah.
Because her dad left it to her.
Even though Wrath is the king, her dad should have been king.
Mm-hmm. It seems kind of clear.
Yes, because he seems like a responsible person. He's invested well. He's clean. Mm-hmm. You know what he doesn't do is rock around in leather pants all damn.
Well, we don't know. I mean, the smell of the burning leather.
He doesn't give leather pants. He doesn't give leather vibes. But so anyway, Beth transitions.
It's fine.
They decide that they're going to fall in love. They're going to get married. She becomes his Lalan, which is wife. He becomes her Helan. But he also is well, I got to go talk to the virgin scribe so I can get this shit with Marissa annulled. The virgin scribe, I guess, is their goddess. They talk.
She made them, I think.
I guess she legit talked to him and was like, yo, you got to be a king. You're shitty. And he's like, you're right. And he's like, I'll do it. I'll do it. And so he's he comes back. They get married. I'm going to let Sarah talk about the wedding because this is her favorite damn part of the whole
wedding.
book.
Oh my God. If we had been at this wedding, it would have been the kind of thing where you cannot make eye contact with your friend because you are going to start laughing and it will be at a very inopportune moment. It is so... Oh my God. So if the fanfic that you would write when you were 15, oh God, it's so bad goth. It's, what's her name? Torment's wife, Rennie?
Wellesley.
Wellesley lends Beth a dress that's several hundred years old and it just happens to fit her.
It's basically the Delia Dietz dress. That's what it sounded like. I was this sounds like the ugliest fucking dress I have ever seen. And Delia's dress is great, but it was she's like, this is exquisite. And I'm like, this sounds like a fire. It's a lot of crepe.
Yeah.
There's hoop skirts. There's a fucking hoop skirt.
It's completely stupid, but she
1814 was when it was last worn.
And nobody thinks to tell her what the wedding is going to be like, which is rude. But yeah, so it's basically a very private wedding. Hey, maybe she would have wanted to invite anybody. I don't know. Nobody asked her.
She got Butch.
She got Butch. But so it's this incredibly tacky wedding with all this tacky shit that goes on. But the best part of it is at the end, all the Black Dagger Brotherhood guys come up and they all carve a letter of her name in old English, tacky tattoo script into Wrath's back.
It's like the Sublime CD.
Yes.
It's exactly what
that.
it is. It is this. So imagine that CD cover. That's what he has.
Only it says Elizabeth.
And then they pour salt all over it.
Uh-huh. And then they soak up the blood with a cloth and then they give her the cloth as a wedding gift. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, they're like, here you go, your husband's strong. And she's like, this is terrible. They're like, well, this is what you get for doing it.
There's more to it, but that's the part that stuck out in my mind.
What stuck out to me is that these men were in satin. They were all wearing, I sometimes wonder if authors know what satin is.
I don't think they do.
Because they are always throwing these fuckers in satin. These guys had on satin. They had on their little knives. And they all look like figure skaters. They all look like fucking male figure. And you know what? That's not a problem. But they're all 72 feet tall. So they might not be able to get some air when they're doing their style cows and their axles.
It was written by a woman in some ways.
Oh my God.
It felt,
It was the stupid. I was like, okay.
What do girls like? I don't know.
Satin. Ceremonial knives.
They love fucking knives.
Yeah, so the wedding was stupid. Oh, but the virgin scribe was there, and she was like, oh, hey, for being an omniscient, like fucking omnipotent being, she doesn't know shit. She's like, it's a good match. Yeah, all right. I like it. Like, are you fucking serious? Gotta move on. All right, so I found like the story, like for me, I was much more interested in like the other plot, like the murder plot.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't care about this. Anyway, so what does happen after the wedding? They bang it out, but Butch goes and hangs out with the boys at Screamers and gets like tack hammer drunk. Now, what is important is at Screamers, Rage, I think it's Rage or Torment, does a little bit of like eavesdropping, but doesn't listen to the entire conversation. So Heavers comes to the bar and everybody's like, hey, what are you doing here? You don't go to the bar. You're a nerd. You wear a lab coat and you don't wear leather. And he's like, I gotta talk to that one, right?
Club has a strict dress code.
Yeah. He's like, hey, Zadis, let me talk to you. And he's like, oh, would you mind killing Wrath? And I'll pay you a lot of money. So what Rage or Torment hears is I'll do it for free. Now, what we find out later, after the fact, a million years later, is that he said, hell no, I'll kill you for free. But
It should be said that
Zadis is insane.
Zadis is like the nuts one. Yeah, like he's the scary one, and everybody kind of thinks that he's been killing all these sex workers.
But they're not doing anything about it.
Well, yeah, but the wild thing is they just like, well, could you like keep it down? And he's like, well, I actually didn't do that. But the fact that everybody just assumed that it was him suggests something about a person, okay?
Oh, also he wildly has like a voice of an angel at the wedding. He sings.
I forgot he sang.
And I was like, no, I can't. I can't.
like
because you know in his book, he's going to sing. There's going to be a song that he sings to whoever. All right. So Wrath is like, well, we got to kill him. He's going down. Heavers is going down. I'm killing them all. Meanwhile, it's dark out, so he's in his basement. And Beth's like, hey, I'm still half human. Let me go see if I could just go walk out in the goddamn sun.
Yeah, she's not very smart.
And Wrath is like, no. Meanwhile, while she's doing her sun walking, she inadvertently gets kidnapped by Mr. X.
I hope it's inadvertent. It'd be real damn stupid.
So Mr. X had, in a prior run-in, realized that the blind king, as he called him, was alive and running around Caldwell wherever. And he's like, well, shit, I got to find this guy. So he just white pages him because these vampires are terrible.
Yeah, they're not good at being vampires.
No. And so he finds him and he like breaks into the house in the middle of the day. He darts on Beth and just takes her. And so he's already got Billy. Billy has been lined up. Billy had to go through a whole process where he got his like soul sucked out and put in a mason jar. We don't know what's in the mason jars. There's mason jars or like,
and his dick will never work again, which is actually probably a net positive for humanity.
Yeah, because he wants to rape Beth, and he's like, you can't do that anymore. So again, they're true incels. Like they just want to like abuse women and just be pissed. So meanwhile, they're like, Mr. X and Billy Riddle have her in this barn. They're going to torture her, and they know that it's going to bring the vampires. It's going to bring the king. Bring the Vampire King.
Is this at the point where they go and they like burn down the karate studio and kill like most of the other incels?
Yes.
Yeah. Like they figure it out. Like they start using their little brains and figure out, like, believe it or not, and they figure out where their lair is.
Yeah.
Or their meeting spot or
the
their
karate
conference
school.
room is.
And so from after burning the karate school, the dojo, after they take down the dojo, they go to this barn that Mr.
I never dies, yo.
Mr. X and Billy Riddle are at and proceed to fuck shit up. Like, Mr. X has no, like, I was like, what are you going to do? There's like 45 of them because they're all 17 feet tall. So they're really like 3 dudes. And there's like you and this guy that just got turned. This was a bad plan, Mr. X.
This is not a
terrible plan. So they got dogs. There's 2 Rottweilers. Beth's having to fight. Like, they're all fighting. Everybody is involved. Everybody is fighting. Billy gets thrown into, like, the wood pile and is murdered or killed. The dogs get murdered. And then...
Oh, we should have mentioned that maybe in the trigger warnings.
And then Mr. X, like, crawls away in a minivan and gets away. So,
And he has a very uncomfortable meeting with upper management in
yes,
the Omega.
the Omega, who shows up to whatever cat.
Which now I've read too much fanfic. Yeah,
I
you
know,
can't
I'm
call
like,
anybody an Omega.
No, you can't.
Stop that.
But the book ends with we're back in the nether world or wherever the Virgin Scribe lives, and she's all talking to Darius, and he's like, I'd like to see my daughter. She's like, you like to see your daughter? He's like, yeah. She's like, you're really polite. He's like, yeah, well, yeah, you're the Virgin Scribe. Like, I gotta be respectful. She's like, I like you. I wish you were king. And then she's like, you want to see your daughter? And he's like, yeah. Then he explodes. But we think that he might be reincarnated or something. We don't know yet. So that is the end of this book one. It was very world building. It's very much a book one book.
Yeah, and it did feel a little clumsy in that book one book way also, in the way that, like, a lot of the plot hinges on, like, Beth just be like, no, I don't believe you, and this is stupid, I'm going to leave. It's like stuff like that.
But I will say, like, I do appreciate that, like, it took her a minute.
Yeah, she wasn't just like, oh, thank God, I've been waiting for this to happen.
Right. Yeah, she had some questions, so.
Like, who is this guy? Yeah.
Speaking of questions, we have some questions, too.
We do.
All right, so big dick energy or big dick energy?
I mean, they are, what they are trying to be, what she is trying to write is like, a canonical big dick energy. Yeah. Like every one of them is like this big old swinging hog. And I don't know if it's entirely successful because they are so ridiculous alpha male kind of bullshit.
Yeah, I enjoyed more like when they were just like hanging out, like,
instead of posturing it.
Yeah. I don't know. Like,
I like Torment. Torment's a sweetheart.
I want to read.
We didn't finish out the plot with the so they had to do this whole thing.
They had the trial. Like,
they had like a vampire trial.
Not even. Oh, sorry. It's just because. All right. So what happens is Heavers, while Wrath is saving Beth, he gets like shotgunned in the face and the stomach, and it's like bad. He is bleeding out. But they get him to Heavers. Heavers saves him. Heavers saves his life. Beth stays with him the whole time. And then when Wrath is up and better, Heavers is like, yo, I fucked up. I thought that my sister was heartbroken over you. I didn't know that because I wouldn't listen to her because I kept cutting her off every time she tried to talk to me. I didn't know that she was like into this mortal like cop. My bad. And like Wrath is like, yeah, you know what? That's fair. I was kind of a dick to your sister. We're going to call it even. So we like that. Then Zadis was like, I called you the next day. I told you that guy was going to murder you. You didn't believe me. You thought I was going to do it. And he's like,
it turns out that Havers was working with the Limitless, the Listless. No,
he's good. He's good. He was just after. All he wanted to do was take out Wrath for hurting Marissa.
Yeah, but he was selling them out to the guys, right?
No, he was going to get Zadis to kill Wrath.
I read it a while ago, and you just read it today.
Yeah. He was going to get Zadis to kill Wrath. Zadis said no because he's part of the Brotherhood. So essentially showing that, like, one, I'm not as crazy as you fuckers think I am, and two, I'm more loyal than you fuckers think I am. And you also find out that, like, he's not murdery.
But everybody certainly thought he was.
Yeah, but he's not like the one killing sex workers.
Yeah, and meanwhile, like, Wrath is like such a dick to Torment when Torment's like trying to, like, because like he could have killed him by the like, vampire rules or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Torment's like, okay, can we not? And then Wrath is like, you're a pussy whip son of a bitch. Like, what? Excuse me?
Yeah, but he does apologize.
About his life. I mean,
he's like, I'm stepping down from the Brotherhood. Torment, you're now the leader. I'm going to be the king.
Yeah, I'm going to do my job.
Yeah, and so I think it's setting
up some schools. I'm going to build some roads.
Yeah, like we're going to look at like welfare, like amenities, all the things that we need.
Well, because what the doctor had been doing was trying to invent like true blood, I guess.
Yeah,
like, fake blood, so that people wouldn't have to be bound to each other that way, which is respectable, and also the fact that vampire pregnancy and birth is very dangerous, and so he's been trying to work on that too.
Yes,
but unsuccessfully. So
we'll see where we go.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. Okay.
So would you talk shit with or about the heroine?
She was all right. Like, she's not my favorite. But,
yeah.
But again, these books are not designed to have like a heroine that you're like interested in. Mm-hmm. It's almost like these placeholder characters for like
for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you're like, what if the 8 foot tall King of the Vampires.
How does he fit in her car? They all drive like these tiny ass sports cars. I'm like, you folding into that thing like
No
a pretzel?
way.
Like, it's insane.
These are the only people who actually have a reason to buy like the Child Exterminator 3000 giant trucks.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, she was, again, the plot kind of hinged on her spending a lot of the time being like, no, which gets annoying.
I mean,
so
at
that's
least-
not on
yeah.
her fault, you know?
And at least she had a job. At least,
And people
like-
aren't telling her stuff, and that's frustrating.
Yes,
you
it
know?
is very frustrating. And like, she's also hanging out with a stupid cop that like wants to dictate how she should do things.
Yeah.
But I mean, she was fine. She's just like, again, this was a very book one book.
Yeah, because I really like, for example, Wellesley was cool. So
Yeah.
let's see, like, maybe her in her book.
Yeah. Or just like these other, yeah. I think once like you get more female characters, she just didn't have a lot of interaction, which I guess goes into like our Bechdel to bitch question.
She spent a lot of time either having sex with Wrath or just like sitting around waiting for him to come back.
Right.
you
Now, I
know?
mean, we do have these other female
Yeah,
characters.
so we'll do that right now. Back to the bitch.
Yeah, so we do have we have Wellesley, we have Marissa, and I was pleasantly surprised because like once he broke Marissa's heart, she's blonde, Beth is brunette. I was
Yeah.
like, here we fucking go.
But no.
Yeah, like I was really pleased with that. I do think when these books like go further, there'll be more female centered moments. I think right now it's just like it's a sausage fest.
But it certainly does pass the Bechdel test.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yeah.
think like, like the sex workers, one of them, they were treated, not by police or society or anyone else with respect, but the author wasn't like,
Yeah, I mean, the author, I think, was really trying to do kind of something a little more victim-centered here.
Yeah.
To mixed results, but,
yeah.
Yeah, I'll take it. When it comes to consent, is this book more Robin Thicke or Marvin Gaye? We should probably write that one. I don't know if everybody remembers what
I
Robin Thicke.
know. I don't know. I mean, it has that weird.
No, it has. It was not great. Okay.
It has that vampire, whatever.
She's always getting her a house broken into by various people, but including and especially this guy who is supposed to be the love interest, and yeah, that was not a genuinely consensual.
No, it was, that first scene. And I guess like it was kind of, I don't know. I guess it's more on the ravishing side.
Yeah, I mean, like she definitely doesn't say no, but she's kind of being mind controlled a bit, and she's like under the influence of this crazy thing that her body is doing.
Yeah, she's like in a I don't know.
It's like hot flashes, but like for your yeah, she's like horny hot flashes
Instead of like throwing up and being like, I just want to shit and die.
she's like, I want to see what's under those leather pants.
Yes.
I kept seeing them also as not like hot, tight leather pants, but the kind of like leather pants that are like too baggy. That's what
They're not tight. They're trousers. All right, let's get
Are they
it.
pleated?
We keep calling them pants, but these are fucking trousers. And they're so awful.
I'm just imagining
with
Glenn
like the big
Danzig.
stupid boots. Like, like those.
When I picture Rat, I think of Glenn Danzig if he were 7 feet tall.
Yes, or like
Tommy Wiseau.
yes, or like the typo negative guy. But like, I think that like that was everybody's like model for this was the typo negative guy. But then
We should tell you, if you're not aware, that they did make a Netflix series.
Passion Flicks.
It's on Netflix, though.
Oh, is it? But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
so
so.
Passion Flicks, which, I had a little thing. It's cute. Passion Flicks is fun, because here's my issue. Here's my problem. I don't know why we can't get somebody to make a fucking horny Hallmark movie.
I know.
Right? Like, that's what you want. Like, I don't want to see them, like, benignly kiss at the end.
That's why I'm watching Hockey Sluts Fall in Love.
Yes, but, like,
It's so good.
like, you remember when at least the ghost in that one with the ghost haunting, they banged. That ghost banged.
Are you talking about that episode of Star Trek Next Generation?
No, man, I'm talking about the Christmas movie we watched wherein a woman moved into an old ass house and fell in love with a whole fucking ghost.
I didn't watch that with you. I watched a horrible winery one with you.
I don't know. Anyway. So, yeah, I want something hornier.
Yeah, I do.
But Passion Flicks does that.
Right.
So,
What you need to do is immediately pull up your phone and look at the casting photos for this, because it is they went to Party City and they went to the clearance bin and they bought a bunch of wigs, and B, oh my God, dude, it is so bad. It is hilarious. It is
like those vertical romance. Yeah, like where you're
you know
just
what we're
like,
gonna have to do, obviously. We're gonna have to do a Patreon only episode where we're watching.
yeah, we're going to say it and then we don't do it. Yeah. But
Yeah, we'll do that.
You know what? We're doing our best. We're going to do that.
We're doing our best. We're gonna do that. After that, though, after that first encounter, it's extremely consensual because she is down catastrophic for his dick.
Yes.
Which I assume is weird looking, but they don't say.
Yeah, and I felt like she at least broaches on it because, like, with Marissa feeling used by him and stuff, I felt like at least she's aware of consent.
Yeah.
It's in her vocabulary.
Yeah, which for some of these books is not the case, right?
Right.
How badly are you judging your mama for reading this book?
My mama would not have read
Never.
this book.
Nothing paranormal or anything like that would
the Harlequin that we did with the key. What was that one?
Oh, the Ivory Key.
Yeah.
By the original Rita.
Yes. Yeah. The OG Rita. She'd have read that, but not this. She would have been tired of these
giants in
because she'd been like, who's and Fritz. So Fritz was the house man. Mm-hmm. Like, how's he washing all this leather?
Well, the thing is, there's a secondary kind of vampire, which I forget what they're called. But like they're not as good at being vampires, but they are as good at like being in the sunlight and stuff. So like Fritz is that. Yeah. And he's like the old family retainer. Fritz is so sweet. I like Fritz.
Yeah.
But yeah, he must have so many spot treatment.
At the end of the book, sorry, it's one of those, again, it's a world building book, so there's a lot of parts. So what they end up deciding is that they're going to move into one of Beth's many homes, and the crew's all going. All the boys are living together. She and Wrath are going. Wellesley and Torment are going. And Fritz. And Fritz was just so happy to be included. Oh, and I think Butch, because they realized
Butch has nowhere else to go now. Butch is done.
The boys have adopted. So what happened was Fury, PH, and Butch bonded over the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, I thought that was Rage, but it doesn't matter.
He and Rage, I think, wanted to fuck each other. And then he saw Marissa, and he was like, well, that's another hot blonde, so I'll take that one.
Yeah, but I mean, this is still an option for you, Butch. We'll see.
Yeah. You're on. Yeah. You can pick.
Yeah, Butch was like drinking himself to death. Actually, Butch's depression was like a little too like realistic in this. Like Butch is really struggling and had been for some time. So like, yeah, when he finally found out that there's vampires, he was like, oh, well, you know what? This is a way out.
And so I still have no idea how. Because again, he's supposed to.
They gave him a suit, and he was like, "Yeah, baby, look at me." He was wearing this mobster ass pinstripe suit.
They put him in. I can't read like in Gucci, and he was like, "I'm never looking back."
Yeah, this is great.
They put him in an Italian suit. God, you can just see it. It's so Italian. He's like, yeah.
Well, I mean, and considering that everybody else was wearing 3 cows, you're like, okay, but you do look hot.
Yes,
good job.
Exactly.
Good job. Because you're coming to this fucking wedding now.
Yeah,
but you don't have to.
At least you're in a suit that's not made out of satin or leather.
You're right. They all look like figure skaters. Oh my god.
Scarlet Pimpernel running around.
Oh my god. On guard. Would Florida ban it?
Oh yeah. Just because it's vampires and they're too tall.
Too tall. Yeah, I mean it's weird because it is disappointingly heteronormative.
It is, but I mean, so again, it's a world building book. I did feel like
there is evidently a gay one, but you have to read 11 books.
We had Jose, the cop, but it didn't feel, but like you said, we've only read this one, and based on the evidence that you have collected, just like by your observational evidence, it's very popular among African American women.
It absolutely
there has to be something that lends itself to it.
Yeah, and I mean maybe it's I have now been a Reader's Advisory librarian for decades. It's insane. So now there's like way more options, like written by people of color. But back in 2005 when I started working at the library, there wasn't. So I mean, I'm sure any port in the storm. Right. They also very popular that L.A. Banks vampire thing, which is sort of like it reminds me. I read the first one called Minion, and it reminds me very much of like Anita Blake, but in Everybody is Black, and it's awesome. Oh my god. But yeah. So and we should probably read that one. That'd be fun.
That would be fun.
But yeah, so in my experience, a lot of women of color really do like this series. Maybe just because, of lack of options. But yeah, you're not leaving this house looking like that. We have discussed the outfits.
We don't get girl outfits. We just get these stupid pants.
This is one stupid like fucking dress. Like you don't get, I mean, come on, y'all. Give us more outfits.
Yeah, and get these. Oh, but here's the thing that... You got Fury, again, with PH. Run around, I'm assuming in leather. He's in all leather, and then he has on a fucking Boston Red Caps hat. Like, that doesn't match. That aesthetic, what is happening?
I still think it's rage, but he has that and a glove because he has like a magic hand.
That's Fury. Because they're brothers.
No, Furious Brothers with Zadis.
Oh, it might be Vicious. It's Vicious. That's right. You know what? Again, this is also the problem because when you create, and again, I'm not trying to be ugly about this book. I enjoyed it a lot. I get that you're trying to have a hook and an angle, whatever. But when you're creating ridiculous names like this, it in an otherwise like moving along trucking book, it kind of takes you out of it. Now, again, this is just my opinion. There might be women out here who love the shit out of these names and like go for it. But for me, I was like, they're too stupid. I can't take them seriously as people.
No, I couldn't. And then the problem also is, of course, book one. So we don't have anything to hang on these people. And you're just going to throw 7 completely fucking stupid names at me and expect me to remember which one's which. It's not happening.
No, because you have just... And maybe this is part of it. Her descriptions are just vague enough to be tall, long hair.
Yeah, like I guess they all have different hair colors. And Zadis has his head shaved and he has like a scalp tattoo, I think. But like, yeah, like I do not remember anything about these people.
No,
one of them is into the Red Sox. I mean, like,
yeah. So, but I mean,
that's not a character trait.
I feel like that might be again. It's kind of good to.
I'm sure they'll all get a book.
Yeah.
And then some because, you know.
We're on 23. We got like a whole, but I guess we're creating a whole world. But, yeah, okay.
Would your 12-year-old self have dog-eared any paper?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, these two fuck. I'll give them that.
They do, but and Sarah and I have talked about this prior to this. It's like, it's that kind of like sex scene where it's like, you're told it's good, you're not shown it's good.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, yeah, we're doing it. But there's not a slot. Yeah, it's like,
and it's relatively explicit, but yeah, it's not. It didn't feel sexy to me.
It's not. It's explicit, but not.
At 12, I would have absolutely been looking for information here. But like, it goes on a lot. Like there is so much sex in this book, but it's not sexy.
The last sex scene she wrote between them was good. So he has been injured, and like, so Beth is like, I'm gonna be in control.
I remember that. Yeah.
That was a good one.
That was much better.
That was good because I liked that one. I'll give her that. Like, I feel like she kind of like was like, as she was writing, like, all right. And I think it was also nice because Beth got to be in control. She got to be the one who had like agency because Ramrod over here has been like, you know, every time he sees her.
The thing is, like, you know, sex scenes should go to character. There should be a reason for them. They should advance the plot or tell you more about people or whatever. And a lot of these kind of don't.
No, it's very just, dry. Yeah. It's very like sex scene 101 kind
I mean, it's hard to write that well, you know.
Yeah. But again, I really liked that last one. I felt like it had good potential. Like,
so we'll see if she develops a little bit, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think I will read another one, even though, like, seriously, every time I would turn the page and see one of those
Oh,
names,
girl, we're doing, like I said, we're doing Zadis. Zadis is coming up. Like, he's Valentine's. He's our little fallen angel Valentine. I could not help but think of him as being the Nicholas Hoult character from the new, not the newest, but the Romero, Tom Hardy... The Mad Max.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Fury Road.
Yeah. So that's what I imagined him looking like. For some reason, I didn't get, he's a little bit shorter for me.
That's really funny because I was thinking about him in that Dracula movie with, where he plays Renfield and Nicolas Cage is Dracula. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Like,
yeah.
But he's like, I feel like he's a little more, I don't know, compactor than the rest of them.
Yeah. I mean, surely he's not also, no, he's also 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh my God. God, just why can't
you just make a man 6'2"? A perfectly respectable 5'11", 6'2". You know what? It doesn't even, why do we have to put height on things?
Yeah, I don't understand because I don't know anything about what these people look like except that they have long hair, they shop at International Male's leather division, and they're 20 feet tall. Like, what? And then the wild thing is that Mr. X didn't even know that these people are here. Like, it seems like they're pretty fucking easy to find.
Again, they all look like the villain from The Crow.
Yeah,
like
they hang out screamers.
They're so corny. They are the corny, like, these hard-ass motherfuckers are the corniest group of, like, old head uncles. Like, I mean,
still dressing the way that they dressed in 1682.
Oh my God. I would rather that. That would make sense. Like, to have one that's like, I don't, you know, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Like doublets and shit. Yeah.
It's fine. It's all fine.
It's not fine. Oh my God, it's not hot. It's not hot.
So not. Why?
I mean, again, it's painfully heterosexual. They absolutely need more gay friends.
Like, who is attracted to this? Like, is it
J.R. Ward?
Is it like the lady who had like the French country ducks in her kitchen? Is that her?
Yes, it is. I think it actually is. You know what? You rock out, babe. I mean, like, you put a little outfit on your little ducks, put a bow on their necks, and then you just like, rub one out to 7 foot tall pleated black leather pants.
Trousers. And his trousers. His fucking trousers. Like, we never heard about their shirts either. He did put on one white outfit. He had on like a white lounge outfit at one point, and I was like, this is insane. This is insane.
They get dressed a lot, which is weird.
These are the dressinest men. The dressinest men.
They're always going to their closet and like to see what they're going to wear today. But the closet is literally like Steve Jobs' closet if Steve Jobs were a leather baron. Like,
imagine touching all the noise it would make. But
not hot. I'm not talking Tom of Finland here. Absolutely not.
No, it's like those. It's pants, leather pants.
God,
just pants,
trousers.
Where there's like a good oh God, just put them in jeans.
Yeah, and a Henley.
Why the fuck are they like having to like do battle in leather?
Can you imagine?
Not even suede leather. It's like that hard press, like your jacket from Wilson's Leather that you got. Like
I haven't thought about Wilson's Leather in a minute.
It's not even like the bomber jacket leather.
No.
It's that hard, like,
it's like an actual motorcycle gang.
You know what it is? It's like those 70s Blazers leather. You know what I'm talking about? The 70s like blazer leather. That hard leather that like doesn't move.
Oh my God.
I can't with it.
Their asses are not shown to advantage in those pants. No, they're not.
Oh my God, it's horrible. And here's the thing. No. Do any of them drive a motorcycle that would kind of make sense for them to be wearing all this leather? No.
And then you could fit yourself on a motorcycle.
These motherfuckers can just materialize.
Oh, yeah, they do. They
just like bloop, bloop, and they're there.
With their leather pants on. The leather pants come with them.
The fucking leather pants. Maybe that's where the materialization material is.
Maybe it has to be animal. So it has to be like silk or leather. Maybe wool or like cotton or whatever would just be, and you show up like bare ass naked to the fight.
I mean, that would be better. Like, I would rather that than these stupid leather trousers. And they're like this.
You just know they do not fit well. I mean,
it's 75 yards of fabric. It's got to weigh so much. It's got to be like putting on a full fucking like metal armor because they're so tall. That's so much leather. Like what did they kill to make this?
Dragons?
I guess
there's no dragons left because the vampires
needed it for their pants. Oh my God.
Y'all, I mean, seriously, this is, yeah.
So much leather.
Anyway, we're going to read more.
Yeah, we're in it.
What pairs nicely with a dumpster fire?
Oh, God.
I mean, obviously, it's like I don't drink wine.
You know what it is, though? It's a Sam Adams, because they were drinking fucking Sam Adams. I think they're actually close to, like, Massachusetts. Because
no, they're in New York. I swear to God, it said they're in New York.
They're not going to be in New York because context clues their love of the Red Sox.
Just the one guy.
No, Butch also loved the Red Sox.
Oh, well, yeah. Fine.
They said there was a joke that Vicious started. He was like, "What do you call 20 Yankee or what do you call 20 Yankee players?" And he was like, "Watching the World Series." And he's like, "Hey!" So they were all like,
"They're in New York though, because it said so."
I don't think so. You know what? We're gonna have to look it up. Sam Adams.
They're drinking whatever they serve in Screamers, which I'm sure is like obnoxious.
She had the Sam Adams. I'm telling you. I bet they're in Massachusetts. Anyway. Context clues. So should a person in the 21st century read this?
Yeah, honestly, I enjoyed it more than I thought I was going to. I just assumed because of the names it was going to be real dumb, and it wasn't dumb. It's just like the names are dumb. And
no, I felt like it moved along again as a world building book. It was fine. I am interested to read more of them. Like I said, I would be more interested and I thought Zadis was interesting because he was the one that she spent the most time on otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you met some of Torment, and then you met Torment's wife, and then Zadis. Yeah. Maybe I'll learn their names if
we do more. Yeah. All right. So, this has been Bodice Tipplers. We're doing our best.
We're still here.
We're still trying. Again, thank you guys for being patient with us. We're trying our best.
We're struggling
here in 2025. But you know what? That's like I said, our new tagline. We're doing the best we can.
We're doing the best we can.
Bodice Tipplers is part of the Frolic Network. Find more podcasts you'll love at frolic.media/podcasts.